my name is Tennessee. Today I am bringing you a vinyasa class and we are going to be working in a 4-week progression to a peak pose. So your peak pose is going to be birds of paradise. So with that said, we're not going to go into that peak pose today. I'm just going to open you up to prep into that pose as we get going and building on to these sequences in the next few weeks. So by week 4, you'll be able to flow into your birds of paradise. So today, we're just going to lengthen through the hamstrings, open up the hips, and kind of prep you into that posture. With that said, I always start my classes with the chakra clearing. If you don't know what chakras are, there's 7 energy sources throughout your body. They start at the base of your spine, and they work their way up through the crown of your head. So I just want you to check in, notice what feels good, notice if any discomforts, getting out of your head into your body, whether that be through the posture, the music, or your breath. So today we're going to start on our backs. We're going to meet in a Supta Baddha Konasana, a reclined butterfly pose. So you can bring the soles of your feet together, knees out wide. Now, I do ask if you want to use props, you sure can. We can also do this without props. However, if you have blocks, I definitely recommend them. If you have a strap, I recommend your strap. However, if you don't have a strap, no big deal. You can also use a towel. So a towel around the house will work just fine as well. But have those out, or at least lay your strap or your towel out to the side so you have that when you're on your back. Otherwise, you can come into your Supta Baddha Konasana. You can always place blocks underneath your knees. If this is too much, this is quite the hip opener to start. And we are going to be here for the first few minutes of class. You can always place blocks underneath your hips if that feels good for you. Now, if you don't have any blocks, that's fine too. You can always use you can always use books or anything else around the house as well. You can always just leave your knees up, soles of your feet down, or lay in a Shavasana as well. So come onto your backs, kind of settle in, shake out any of the wiggles you have, just surrendering into your upper body, releasing any tension you're holding on to. Go ahead and close your eyes. Now inhale, completely fill up your lungs. Audible exhale, let that go. Let's do that again. Inhale, completely fill up. Audible exhale, release. This time, inhale through your nose. Find a constriction in the back of your throat and then exhale through your nose. This is your Ujjayi pranayama. Inhaling through your nose and then exhaling through your nose. See if you can make your inhale the same length as it is your exhale with the same intensity. I want you to carry this breath throughout your practice today, through each posture, through each movement as we go through. Now just start to clear your mind. Bring your focus, your awareness into your root chakra, your first chakra. This is your I am space. Your foundation, your safety, your security. This is where everything starts. Just check in, notice what feels good. Notice if any discomfort. Now on your inhale, take your focus, your energy, awareness into your second chakra, the space below your belly button, your sacral. This is your I feel space, where you house your emotions, your desires, your sexuality, also known as your mother womb. Now gently draw your energy up into your third chakra, the space above your belly button, your solar plexus, your I do space. This is what drives you, where your passions, your creativity, your drive, your power all come from. Now work your energy up into your fourth chakra, your heart. Your I love space, space of relationships, self-acceptance, and unconditional love. Now move your energy up into your fifth chakra, your throat. Your I speak space, space of communication, your truth. I'll slowly start to guide your energy up into your sixth chakra, the space just between your eyebrows, your I see space, space of intuition, your third eye. And then finally take your focus, your energy awareness, all the way above your head to your seventh chakra, your crown chakra. Your I understand space, or your path to enlightenment. Now I want you to draw your energy all the way down to the base of your spine and then inhale it through the 7 chakras to the crown of your head. Notice if anything gets stuck, of any discomforts, or if it feels good. Work to bring your focus, your energy awareness to those areas throughout your class today. One big clearing breath in. Audible exhale, let that go. Nice work, guys. Go ahead and flutter your eyes open. Just hug your knees up into your chest. Circle your knees opposite one another in and out. Releasing any tension through your hips and your low back. Now plant the soles of your feet down just outside your sitting bones. Knees are up. Take your left ankle on top of your right knee. Left ankle on top of right. Find a reclined figure 4. Hug your right knee up into your chest. Now if you can't reach the top of your shin, no worries. You can grab the back of your thigh and just pull in. Now flex your left toes back towards your shin and pull your left knee forward. Relax your right foot. Extend through the crown of your head. One more breath. Slowly release your left leg down to the top of your mat. Keep hugging right knee up and in. Take it outside your rib cage, back up into your shoulder. Ardha Appanasana, half wind relieving pose. Breathe. Keep grounding through your left hip. Option to place your left hand on top of your left hip and press down your thigh. Now find your way into a half happy baby. Send the sole of your right foot up and just draw your knee down and plug your shoulder blade back and down. Now you can work for the extension here, so send your legs straight and up, or just keep your knee bent. Now slowly release your right leg down to the top of your mat. On your inhale, use your core, hug both knees up into your chest, finding Appanasana wind relieving pose. Giving yourself a big hug. Breathe. Slowly set the soles of your feet down just outside your sitting bones. Knees are up, and this time take your right ankle on top of your left knee. Find your reclined figure 4, hug your left knee up and in. Flex your right toes back, pull your right knee forward. Extend through your spine or the crown of your head, and you can relax your left foot. Slowly release your right leg down to the top of your mat. Keep hugging left knee up and in. Take it outside your rib cage, back up into your shoulder. Ardha Appanasana, half wind relieving. Again, option to ground through your right hip. Inhale, half happy baby. Send the sole of your foot up. Draw your knee down. Plug your shoulder blade back and down. Option to extend your leg, option to keep your knee bent. Go ahead and slowly release your left leg down to the top of your mat. Inhale, hug both knees back up into your chest. Now rock and roll front to back, all the way into your tabletop. Stack your shoulders to your wrists, hips in line with your shoulders, belly button pulls into spine. Now option to ground through the tops of your feet, option to tuck your toes under. Whatever works for you. Inhale, cow pose, gaze up, bellies down. Exhale, cat, tuck in, round up. Pull your hip bones up to your rib cage, dome up through your shoulder blades, tuck your chin in, maybe add movement side to side, left to right. Maybe add in barrel rolls, do what feels good for you and your body. Inhale, cow pose. See if you take your gaze up a little bit further, broadening through your throat. Your collarbones. Exhale, cat, tuck in, round up. Let's do one more round here. Inhale for cow. And then exhale for cat. Now slowly extend your right leg long behind. Flex your toes back towards your shin. Reach your left arm forward, palm face in, thumb is up. Inhale, lengthen, extend, reach. Elbow draws into your knee, round up through your spine, breathe. Inhale, lengthen, extend, reach, extend. Exhale, draw your elbow in. Let's do one more here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring it in. Slowly lower your left hand down. Extend your right leg long behind. Pulse your heel up and down. So activate glute, activate hamstring. Keep your hips in one line. Try not to open up your right hip here. If it's open, pull your hip bone back down. Give me 4, 3, 2, 1. Now take your right leg over to your left side. Come onto the ball of your left foot, and then slowly draw your left knee back behind your right. Extend your hips back. It's okay if they're lifted. Finding modified Gomukhasana. Now extend and reach to the top of your mat, drawing your forehead down. Good, guys. Inhale, slowly work your way back. Find your tabletop. Shoulders stacked to wrist, hips in line with your knees. Inhale, cow pose, gaze up, belly's down. Exhale, cat, tuck in, round up. Let's do one more round. Inhale, cow. And then exhale for cat. Work your way back to your neutral spine. Extend your left leg long behind. Reach your right arm out in front. Your palm faces in, thumb is up. Inhale, lengthen, extend, reach. Exhale, draw your elbow to your knee and hold. Inhale, lengthen, extend, reach. Exhale, bring it in. Give me one more here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw it in. Plant your right hand down. Extend your left leg long behind. Find your pulse. Lift and lower. Flex your toes back towards your shin. Breathe. Keep your hips in one line. You've got 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly draw your your left foot over to the right side of your mat. Pull your left knee back behind your right. Shift your hips back to stack. Draw your third eye down. Reach, extend, breathe here. Modified Gomukhasana. Inhale, slowly work your way back to tabletop. Now just tuck your toes under, lift your tailbone up, find a downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. This is your first down dog of your class, so your feet are about hip width distance. Take your gaze in between your feet, torso to your thighs. Your fingers are always spread wide, grounding through your first finger and your thumb. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. The goal here is to extend your spine. So lengthening through the spine, sitting the tailbone up. Inhale, come up onto your tippy toes, roll into your high plank and hold. Now stack your shoulders to your wrists, hips in line with your shoulders, your bellies draw in. Now option to come all the way down to your knees and hold it here. Otherwise, if you're lifted, lift back up, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now notice the difference between my hands and my feet from a high plank to a downward dog. You want to keep your hands and feet the same in both postures. So inhale, come back up onto your tippy toes, roll into your high plank, hold it here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice work, guys. Let's do that again. Inhale, come back up onto your tippy toes, roll into your high plank, this time lower all the way down to your bellies. Hug your elbows into your rib cage, untuck your toes, ground through the tops of your feet, through your hip bones. Inhale, Bhujangasana Cobra. Lift your chest slightly up, take your gaze ahead. Exhale, slowly lower. Let's do that again. Inhale, Bhujangasana Cobra. Lift and hug back, shoulders melt away. Ground through the tops of your feet, through your hip bones. Exhale, slowly lower. Now this time, inhale, Cobra Locust. Hands and feet lift up off your mat. Ground through your hip bones and the soft part of your belly. Option for Bound Locust. You can reach your arms back behind, palms face down. Bring your hands to the small of your back, interlace your fingers, lift up, take your gaze slightly ahead and up, breathe. Exhale, slowly release. Plant your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, come up onto your knees, lift your tailbone high, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, breathe. Take your gaze to the top of your mat, walk your feet to meet your hands, Uttanasana, forward fold. Ragdoll pose, reach for opposite elbows, sway your bodies left to right, maybe nod your head yes or no, maybe scoop energy up into your midline. Bend your knees as much as you need to here, let your head hang heavy. Breathing, releasing, one more breath. Slowly draw your hands down towards your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Belly button pulls into spine, shoulders melt away from your ears. Exhale, forward fold. Let's do that again. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Arms sweep all the way up. Take your gaze up. Exhale, draw your hands down to your heart center. Inhale. Exhale, Tadasana. Palms are facing forward. Now close your eyes and set an intention. What brought you to your mat today? A word, a phrase, a goal, something you're working towards. I want you out of your head and into your body. Allow your body to move in the way it wants to. You have one more breath. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms sweep up. Take your gaze up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hand. This time, step your right foot back, Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge. Your back knee drops, untuck your back toes. Front knee stacks to your front ankle. Inhale, arms sweep up. Pull your hips down and forward, chest is lifted. Take your gaze up between your hands. Exhale, half splits. Send your hips back to stack to your back knee. Flex your front toes towards your shin. Lead with your torso to the top of your thigh. If you need blocks, place blocks underneath your hand to bring the ground up. You're hinging from your hips. You have one more breath. Go ahead and plant your left foot down. Tuck your back toes under. Frame your front foot with both hands. Lift through your back knee. Step back to a high plank. And then lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Tuck your toes, tailbone lifts, breathe. Inhale, right heel rises. Exhale, Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge. Step to the inside of your right hand, your back knee drops, and tuck your back toes. Front knee stacks, arms sweep up. Pull your hips down and forward, chest is lifted. Take your gaze up. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your back toes under. This time, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms sweep all the way up. Take your gaze up. Exhale, hands down to your heart center. Inhale. Exhale, Tadasana. Nice work, guys. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Take your gaze up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hand, left foot steps back. Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge. Back knee drops, front knee stacks. Inhale, arms sweep up. Keep pulling hips down and forward. Take your gaze up. Exhale, half splits. Send your hips back to stack. Flex your toes, head back towards your shin. Lead with your torso to the top of your thigh. Option for blocks always. One more breath. Exhale, go ahead and plant your right toes down. Frame your front foot with both hands. Tuck your back toes under, lift through your back knee. Step back, high plank. Lower down all the way to your belly. Inhale, Bhujangasana, Cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, left heel rises. Exhale, Anjaneyasana, low crescent lunge. Step to the inside of your left hand, back knee drops, front knee stacks, arms sweep up. Pull your hips down and forward, chest is lifted, take your gaze up. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your back toes under. This time, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms sweep all the way up. Take your gaze up. Exhale, draw your hands down to your heart center. Inhale. Exhale, Tadasana. Nice work, guys. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, bring your arms all the way up. Exhale, find a bind to the small of your back. Step your toes to touch. Inner thighs squeeze together. Activate your glutes. Find your bind. Inhale, lift your chest. Take your gaze slightly up and back. Breathe. Exhale, forward fold with your bind. Draw your torso to the top of your thighs. You can bend your knees as much as you need to here. Work your arms above your head if you've got the mobility in your shoulder. Let your head hang heavy. Exhale, release your bind. Draw your hands down towards your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant down, step or jump back to your high plank. Lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. So lower halfway, and then untuck your toes. Lift your knees, your hips, your arms are straight, gaze ahead. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe. You can pedal out your feet, let that go. Wrap your triceps towards your ears. Find an external rotation through your inner thighs. One more breath. Now take your gaze back to the top of your mat. Step or jump, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, arms sweep up. Take your gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, exhale, Tadasana. Flowing through Sun A. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Take your gaze up. Exhale, find a bind to the small of your back. Inhale, puff your chest forward. Exhale, forward fold with your bind.
Squeeze everything through your midline. Belly button pulls in, bend your knees as much as you need to. One more breath. Exhale, release your bind, draw your hands down towards your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or a cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathe, let that go. We're starting to heat up, starting to warm up the body. Take your gaze back to the top of your mat, step or jump, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Uttanasana, so toes to touch, knees to touch. Squeeze your inner thighs, draw your tailbone back and down. Belly's in, chest is lifted, arms are strong. Now check your knees, make sure they're behind your big toes. If you're pulling forward, go ahead and send your tailbone back and down. Take your gaze up, exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step or jump, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, right heel rises. Open up your hips, stack your hips. Your shoulders are square to the top of your mat. Breathe. Exhale, square your hip. Bring your right knee to your right elbow. Holding here, round up through your shoulder blades, belly button pulls into spine. Inhale, sweep your right heel high, three-legged. Exhale, step through, warrior one. Step to the inside of your right hand, back foot steps into a 45. Front knee stacked, hip shoulders are square, arms are strong. Now if your back heel's lifted, pull your heel down to a 45, ground through the blade of your back foot, and then square your hips to the top of your mat. You want to keep your hips in one line. Take your gaze up, exhale, plant your hands, send it back, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, left heel rises. Open up your hips, stack your hips, shoulders are square. Breathe here, feel the stretch through your left side. Square your hip, bring your left knee to your left elbow. Belly button pulls into spine, run up to the shoulders. Inhale, three-legged, lift your left heel high. Exhale, step through, warrior one. Back foot steps in, front knee stacks, hip shoulders are square, arms are strong. Take your gaze up, exhale, plant it down, send it back, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Let that go. If at any time you want to skip a vinyasa and go straight to your downward dog, you're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to take as many breaks as you need. Take your gaze back to the top of your mat, step or jump, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Toes to touch, knees to touch. Take your gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant it down, send it back, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right heel rises. Open up your hips, stack your hips, breathe. Exhale, square your hip, right knee to right elbow, hold. Inhale, right heel rises. Exhale, step it through, warrior one. Take your gaze up. Exhale, plant it down, send it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left heel rises. Open up your hips, stack your hips, breathe. Square your hip, left knee to left elbow, hold. Inhale, three-legged. Exhale, step it through, warrior one. Back foot's grounded, front knee stacks, hip shoulders square, arms are strong. Take your gaze up. Exhale, plant it down, send it back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Woo, let that go, breathe. Come all the way down to a child's pose. So bring your knees out wide, draw your third eye down, breathe here. Bring your palms to touch, knuckles of your thumbs to the nape of your neck. Feel that stretch through your triceps. Maybe shift hips side to side. One more breath. Go ahead and release your hands down to the top of your mat. Lift all the way back up, tuck your toes, tailbone lifts, downward facing dog. This time, take your gaze to the top of your mat. Step or jump Malasana Yogi squat. So bring your thumbs close together, and then step your left foot out to a 45, and then bring your right foot out to a 45. Lower your tailbones back and down. Now elbows to the inside of your knees, thumbs to your chest. Extend through the crown of your head. Now if your feet don't touch all the way, take your stance out wider. Another option is take your block and just sit on your block and hold it here. Don't be afraid to use your props. They always help you with that alignment and help you get a little bit deeper. Now if you want to take it further, lift your hips 2 inches, reach your arms forward, shoulders melt away. Woo, find the control in the belly. So engage your Uddiyana Bandha and Mula Bandha. Your 2 lower locks, your belly lock and your root lock. Now option to stay here, option to shift your hips side to side. Opening up the hip flexors, opening up through the groin. Breathe. You've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now drop your right shoulder inside your right knee, plant your right hand outside your right foot. Inhale, open up to your left side. Take your gaze up to your left hand. Now option to stay here, option for the half or the full bind if you've got it. And then work your shoulders open or work your shoulders back to stack, opening up to your chest. Inhale, slowly come back into your midline. Exhale, switch it out. Drop your left shoulder. Left hand plants outside your left foot. Inhale, right arm extends up, gaze up. Option to stay, option for the half or the full bind. One more breath. Inhale, slowly come back into your midline. Now just plant your hands, step or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, let that go. Whew. Nice work, guys. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. Inhale, right heel rises. Exhale, low lunge. Step to the inside of your right hand. Keep framing your front foot with both hands. Now, come up onto the ball of your left foot. So push forward, send your heels stacked to the ball of your foot. Breathe here, lean a little bit forward, and then lower your left knee down, untuck your left toes. Plant both hands to the inside of your right foot, dragon lunge. So this allows for your hips to draw down and forward. Keep hugging your right knee into your shoulder. Breathe. One more breath. Exhale, twisted dragon. Heel toe your right foot out to a 45. Come onto the blade of your right foot, gently press your knee out as you take your gaze up over your right shoulder. Keep drawing your hips down and forward. Now option for the King Arthur stretch. Reach back, grab the outside blade of your left foot, pull it up into your glute. If this is too much, you can stay where you're at. You can always take your strap as well and wrap around your feet, around your foot, and then pull it in. One more breath. Exhale, release your foot. Heel toe your front foot to the middle of your mat. And then find a half splits one more time. So shift your hips back to stack. Now flex your front toes towards your shin. Lead with your torso to the top of your thigh. Now option to stay here. Option to work for your full split. So you can inch your foot up and send your back knee back. Using blocks, you can find support underneath your thighs. Otherwise, if you're in your half split, I just want you to practice dropping your right shoulder inside your right thigh. Now, if you've got it, you can extend your right arm back behind. You can just stay here, breathe. In the coming weeks, we will work for the bind here. So opening up that shoulder girdle and the chest. Otherwise, just stay here. You got one more breath. Now, if you're in any variation of working towards a full or in the bind here, work your way back to your half split. Tuck your back toes under, ground through your front foot, frame your front foot with both hands, and then tuck your back toes under, lift through your back knee. Go ahead and pivot onto the ball of your left foot, ground through the blade of your left foot, curl your hands open, inhale, warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Your front knee stacks to your front ankle. Work for the heel to heel or heel to arch alignment. Open up through your hips and your shoulders. Your gaze is down your front middle finger. Can you give me 2 inches into your front thigh? Nice work, guys. Inhale, reach, extend forward. Exhale, reverse warrior 2. Keep your legs where they're at. Extend your right arm up and back, left arm down. One more breath. Exhale, extended side angle. Cartwheel your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Again, option for a block here. Otherwise, place your form on top of your thigh. Extend your left arm straight up, over, or work for the half or full bind. If If you've got the full bind, make sure that your left hand can touch the inside of your right hip crease. And then drop your right shoulder and reach back. If you're in your full bind, work your shoulders back to stack. Breathe, lift up with the external oblique. Don't dump down, you got one more breath. Exhale, release your bind. Reverse Trikonasana, straighten out your right leg, reach your right arm up and back, left arm down. Exhale, Trikonasana. Just cartwheel your hand to the inside of your calf. So work your shoulders back to stack, hips are stacked. Option for a block here. I don't care that you touch the ground. I don't care that you're all the way down here. When you draw all the way down, you tend to drop your left shoulder into your midline. So I want you to open it back, stack, and lift. You have one more breath. Go ahead and exhale, Prasarita Padasana. Turn your right toes in. Draw your hands to the side edge of your mat. Walk your head shoulder width distance in between your feet. Torso in between your thighs. Crown of your head down. Now you can bend your knees as much as you need here. You can shift side to side. Do what feels good for you and your body. Come back to your intention, finding that motion wherever your body needs it. You have one more breath. Now go ahead and slowly walk your hands back to the side edge of your mat. Turn your toes out to a 45. Inhale, goddess pose. So lift your torso, reach your arms all the way up. Stack your knees to your ankles. Your shoulders stacked to your hips. Arms are strong. Find the external rotation in your upper thighs. Breathe. Can you pulse? Lift and lower. For 4, 3, 2, hold it low, and 1. Inhale, back warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2 to the top of your mat, sinking into your front thigh. Inhale, high crescent lunge, back heel lifts, front knee stacks, hip shoulders are square to the top of your mat. Exhale, plant your hands, send it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana, breathe, let that go. Inhale, left heel rises. Exhale, low lunge, step to the inside of your left hand. Now shift your weight forward. Exhale, lower your back knee down, untuck your back toes. Dragon lunge, plant both hands to the inside of your left foot. Keep hugging your left knee into your shoulder. Keep drawing your hips down and forward. Broaden through your collarbones, breathe. Exhale, twisted dragon, heel toe your left foot out to a 45. Come on to the blade of your left foot, gently press your knee out as you take your gaze up over your left shoulder. Keep drawing your hips down. Now option to stay here. Option for the King Arthur. Reach back up the outside blade of your right foot and pull it up into your glute. Exhale, release your back foot. Heel toe your front foot to the middle of your mat. Find your half splits. So again, shift your hips back to stack to your back knee. If you want to try for your full splits, you can inch your weight forward, extend your back knee back, and then energetically pull your tailbone straight down, placing blocks wherever you need. If you're in your half split, go ahead and drop your left shoulder down. Now you can stay here or reach your left arm back behind. Again, in the coming weeks, we will work for the bind here. One more breath. Whatever variation you're in, work your way back to your half splits. Go ahead and tuck your back toes under, ground through your left foot, frame your front foot with both hands, lift through your back knee, and then pivot onto your back foot, open up warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Keep sinking into your front thigh. Front knee stacks to your front ankle, ground through the blade of your back foot, work for the heel to heel, heel to arch alignment, gaze down your front middle finger. Now reach, extend forward, exhale, extended side angle. Cartwheel your left hand to the inside of your ankle. Option for the block here. Option forearm on top of thigh. Option to extend straight up, over. If you've got the half or full bind, take it there. Do whatever you did on your other side. Work your shoulders back to stack. Lift to the external oblique. Breathe. One more breath. Everybody release your bind. Inhale, reverse Trikonasana. Straighten out your left leg. Send your left arm up and back, right arm down. Exhale, Trikonasana. Cartwheel your left hand to the inside of your calf. Work your shoulders back to stack. Lift up with the external oblique. Give one more breath. Good, inhale. Exhale, Prasarita Padasana, wide forward fold. Go ahead and turn your left toes in. Hinging from your hip with a flat back, find the forward fold. Walk your hands shoulder width distance in between your feet. Torso in between your thighs, crown of your head down. Now again, option to shift side to side, adding any movements you need here. Maybe you want to add a twist in your spine, extending the opposite arm. Maybe you want to add a bind, binding at the small of your back. Work your arms above your shoulder, let your head hang heavy. Do what feels good for you and your body. One more breath. Whatever variation you're in, slowly work your way back to your midline. Walk your hips to the side edge of your mat. Inhale, goddess. Turn your feet out to a 45. Stack your knees to your ankles. Torso lifts up, arms come straight up. So shoulders stacked to hips. Belly button pulls in, chest is lifted. Now find that pulse. Lift and lower for 4, 3, 2, hold it low, and 1. This time, revolve your goddess. Plant the palms of your hands on the top of your thighs. Rotate your right shoulder into your midline. Bend in your left elbow. Take your gaze up over your left shoulder. Inhale, slowly come back into your midline and then switch it out. Drop your left shoulder into your midline. Take your gaze up over your right. Inhale, back to your goddess. Find warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. So just turn your left toes toward the top of your mat, sink into your front thigh. Back round through the blade of your back foot. Inhale, exhale, high crescent lunge, back heel lifts, front knee stacks, hip shoulders are square. Exhale, plant your hands down, sit it back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe, let that go. Nice work, guys. Now, roll forward into your high plank. Stack your shoulders to your wrists, hips in line with your knees. Now take your right foot, keep your legs straight, tap outside your wrist. Send it back in line, high plank. Take it to your left side. Left foot to the outside, tapping to the outside of your left hand, send it back. Alternate right to left. Build the external obliques, activate the core, keep your hips lifted. Give me 4. You've got 3. Woo! We've got 2. Yes, you can. And you've got 1. Slowly come all the way down to your bellies. Woo! Nice work, guys. Shake out your hips. Let that go. Breathe. Now keep your left hand planted underneath your left shoulder. Extend your right arm out to your right side, palm face down. Find your scorpion chest stretch. So roll over to your right side. Send the sole of your left foot up to the ceiling. And then take it over to the right side of your mat. Now option to keep one knee bent, one leg straight. You can bend both knees. You can do both legs straight. You can work for a half bind. Do what feels good for you and your body. You just want to keep your palm down. Relax your head. Inhale, slowly come back into your midline. And then just switch it out. Right hand underneath your right shoulder, extend your left arm out to your left side, palm face down. Roll over to your left side. Again, you have all your options. Do what feels good for you and your body. Inhale, slowly come all the way back into your midline. Just plant your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes under, lift it back up, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Take your gaze to the top of your mat, step or jump, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Uttanasana. Toes to touch, knees to touch, squeeze your inner thighs. Tailbone draws back, belly's in, chest is lifted, arms are strong. Now look up. Draw your hands down to your heart center. Sink down further. Parallel your right thigh to your mat. Bring your right ankle on top of your left knee. Find your figure 4. Good, breathe. Keep your chest lifted, belly's in. Now inhale. Exhale, hand to big toe pose. So Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Take your peace fingers to your big toes. Left hand to left hip. Inhale, parallel your right thigh to your mat. Exhale, extend your heels straight forward. Now if you've got the extension, hold there. Otherwise, you have other options. You can just bend your knee and take your right hand to the outside of your knee. Keep your knee bent. Lengthen and extend through the crown of your head. If you've got your strap, you can wrap it around the blades of your right foot. Walk your hand as close as you can to your foot. So inhale, lift, extend. Exhale, send your heels straight ahead. Find the balance, find the control, pull your shoulder blade back together. Inhale, exhale, everyone take your right leg out to your right side. Woo. Bring your left arm out to a T, breathe. Inhale, bring everything back into your midline. Exhale, switch your grip. So take your left hand to the outside blade of your foot, to your strap, extend your right arm back, gaze back. Whatever balance you're in, if you have a bent knee, you'll bend your knee, bring your left hand to the outside of your knee, find the extension. Breathe. Now everybody bring your leg back into your midline, parallel your right thigh, lower it down to meet your left foot. Pedal at your feet, breathe. It is harder to cue and do than it is to just do. Whew. Now, go ahead and find your chair pose. So toes to touch, knees to touch, sink your tailbone back and down. Belly's in, chest is lifted, arms are strong. Parallel your left thigh towards your mat. Bring your left ankle on top of your right knee, sink down further. Draw your hands down to your heart center. Keep your chest lifted, belly's in. Breathe in, and then exhale, hand the big toe pose. Again, you have your options, peace fingers, strap, or bent knee. Go ahead and parallel your left thigh to your mat. Take your left hand outside your knee if your knee's bent, or extend your heels straight forward. Keep plugging shoulder blades back and down. Inhale, exhale, take your left knee out to your side. Bring your right arm out to a T. Find the balance, find the control. Get out of your head, get into your body. Inhale, slowly come back into your midline and then just switch your grip. Take your right hand to the outside blade of your left foot or to your strap or to the outside of your knee. Extend your left arm back, gaze back. One more breath. Inhale, slowly come back into your midline. Parallel your left thigh, lower it down to meet your right. Pedal out your feet, let that go. Woo. Nice work, guys, breathe. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Take your gaze up, exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, send it back to your high plank, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pedal at your feet, breathe. Inhale, right heel rises. Exhale, half pigeon. Right knee to right wrist, parallel your shin to the top of your mat. Now ground through your pinky toe, untuck your back toes, and then just pull your torso forward and slowly lower down. Now you have options here. You can place a block underneath your outer hip. You want to keep your hips in one line, so keep pulling your left hip bone forward. You can stay lifted, or you can lower down onto a block under your forearms or underneath your third eye. Just check back into your body. Notice where you're carrying your tension. Sending your emotional awareness, your breath into those areas, hoping to release that. We have one more breath. Now go ahead and plant your hands underneath your shoulders, lift your torso, tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee, remove your block if you got it, send your right heel high, three-legged dog. Now you can circle out your hip, bringing in knee circles, let that feel good. And then just slowly lower your right leg down to meet your left, pedal at your feet, breathe. Inhale, left heel rises. Exhale, half pigeon. Left knee to left wrist. Parallel your shin to the top of your mat. Ground through your pinky toe, untuck your back toes. Pull your torso forward, and then just slowly lower all the way down. Again, option for the block. Don't be afraid to use your props. They help to deepen and help you get into the correct alignment. Guys, breathe. We have one more breath. Now go ahead and plant your hands back underneath your shoulders. Lift your torso. Remove your block if you got it. Tuck your back toes under. Lift your back knee. Send your left heel high. Three-legged dog. Again, you can find those hip circles. Bring your knee in and out. Let that go. And then slowly lower down. So meet your right foot, pedal out your feet. Take your gaze to the top of your mat, cross at your ankles, find a seated position, Dandasana, legs straight out in front of you. Now grounding into your sitting bones, belly button pulls into spine. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Exhale, Paschimottanasana, forward fold. Hinging from your hips, lead with your torso to the top of your thighs. Now, if this is too much, you can always take your strap or a towel, wrap around the blades of your feet, and walk down your midline. Wherever you feel tension, just pause and breathe. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to deepen. You can also walk your hands outside your thighs, bend your knees as much as you need to, and lower down. If you need an elevation or an extension, block past your foot or elevate the heels. One more breath. Inhale, slowly lift back up. Exhale, Baddha Konasana, butterfly. Send the soles of your feet together, knees out wide. Interlace your fingers to the blades of your feet. Inhale, pull your chest forward, extend through the crown of your head. Exhale, slowly lower back down. Inhale, lift slowly back up. Now, this time, extend your left leg straight to the top of your mat. Bend your right knee up and in. Create space or work for the heel of your foot to your sitting, in line with your sitting bone. So I'm going to turn and face you guys. So you want to create space between your foot to the inside of your thigh. So we're not pulling our foot close in. We're just taking it about a couple inches out. Now, flex your left toes back towards your shin. Plant your left hand outside your left hip. Inhale, right arm extends up. Exhale, Marichyasana A. Go ahead and hinge from your hips. Lead with your torso to the top of your thigh. Option to stay here. Option for Marichyasana B, find the bind. So you're just wrapping your right arm around your knee. Reach back for the bind. You want to keep your shoulders square towards your ankle, framing your knee. One more breath. Now go ahead and release your bind if you're in your bind. Plant your left hand back outside your left hip. Take your right hand to the outside blade of your left foot. Now, if you need to bend your knee, bend your knee. Inhale, lift up. You've got your leg straight, keep it straight, and then extend your left arm towards your back wall. Take your gaze back. Inhale, slowly bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot and extend your leg further up. Bring your forehead to your knee, breathe. Exhale, slowly lower all the way back down. I'm going to face back to the top of my mat. And then just switch it out. So straighten out your legs, shake out your knees. Keep your right leg straight, bend your left knee. Again, make sure that your heel is in line with your sitting bones. You create space with your inner thigh and your inner foot. Now plant your right hand outside your right hip. Inhale, left arm extends up. Exhale, Marichyasana A. Keep your shoulders square towards your ankle or towards your foot. Option for the bind, Marichyasana B. Just let your head hang heavy. Now go ahead and slowly release your bind. Plant your right hand back outside your right hip. Take your left hand to the blade of your left hand to the blade of your right foot. Now option to bend your knee. Inhale, lift straight up. Find a twist in your spine. Take your right arm back. Good. Now go ahead and take your right hand to the inside of your right foot. Inhale, lift, extend a little bit further, bringing your forehead to your knee. Good. And just slowly come all the way back down. Now work your way all the way onto your backs. Let the soles of your feet down, knees are up. And just find bridge pose, Setu Bandha Sarvangasana. So ground through all four corners of your feet, lift your hips up. Try not to constrict your breathing here. Activate glutes, activate hamstrings. Option for bound bridge. So interlace your hands to the small of your back, roll your shoulders underneath your shoulder blades. Keep lifting up. Exhale, slowly lower your hips all the way down to your mat. Take your feet outside your mat, knock your knees side to side like windshield wipers, let that go. Now find an easy supine twist. So just draw your knees over to your right side, allow your knees to stagger, and then take your right ankle on top of your left knee and press down further. You should feel that stretch through your psoas. Bring your arms out to a T, gaze to your left hand, work to keep your shoulders grounded. Inhale, slowly come back into your midline. Plant the soles of your feet outside your mat. Knock your knees side to side. Let that go. And then slowly find an easy supine twist over to your left, gaze to your right. Option to take your left ankle on top of your right knee and press further down. Inhale, slowly come back into your midline. Now extend your legs straight up to the ceiling. Find your legs up the wall. Flex your toes back towards your shin. Surrender into your upper body. This activates your parasympathetic nervous system so you rest or digest. And then slowly lower your legs all the way down to the top of your mat. Once your heels touch the top of your mat, find yourself a good morning stretch. So inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Point your toes, breathe. Feel that stretch through your front side body. Big inhale, hold it at the top. Audible exhale, release. Allow your hands to fall out to the side, palms face up. Close your eyes, come into your final Shavasana. I want you to bring your focus, your energy awareness into the chakra that you felt the most tension throughout your class. So just place your hands over anywhere in the body that you need love and support. And I want you to imagine or set the intention that we are in the same space, in the same room. And I want you to imagine that my hands are hovering above that area that you've chosen. And I'm bringing universal life energy into your body, helping to heal and transmute any negative energy you're holding on to. Allowing that healing energy to transfer all over your body, going wherever it needs to go. Releasing, renewing, and letting go. But replacing with unconditional love, with self-acceptance, with confidence. Option to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you need. Otherwise, wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, bring life back into your bodies. Inhale, completely fill up your lungs. Audible exhale, let that go. Let's do that again. Inhale, completely fill up. Clench your fist shut, shrug your shoulders up, squeeze every muscle fiber in your body. Audible exhale, release, leave everything on your mat. When you're ready, come into a fetal position either on your right or your left side. Your right side is your masculine energy. Your left side is your feminine. And then slowly work your way up to an easy seated pose, just crossing at your ankles, lengthening through your spine, sitting up tall. Inhale, arms reach all the way up. Take all that good energy, bring it down into your heart center, your heart space, your fourth chakra. Inhale your confidence, your self-love, your self-acceptance. And then exhale all your fears and doubts. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.